What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video. May 4th is in full swing for Hot Toys as we now is seeing Jar Jar Binks. Now, we've seen him teased, in one of those conventions, but those things are never definitive anyway. Sometimes you see them and then they don't get made, things like that nature. But he got made, luckily for us. He is one of the most polarizing figures in Star Wars. Some people absolutely hate this guy. Some people can't stand him. Some people love him. I don't mind him at all. I actually find this figure very interesting for me. As a figure, just as a figure, I don't know how am I going to fit this in the collection since I don't have Padme or Anakin at the moment. I'm sure I'm going to have an Anakin at some point, maybe an Obi-Wan. And Obi-Wan is just waiting to be V2'd right at this point, right? We'll see. But it does interest me. I like the look. Obviously, the character itself is, again, polarizing. But as a figure with that seamless arm, by the way, that battle droid, I hope it makes a comeback as a 2-pack and cheaper. Is that a different color than the previous battle droid? Is that a sign of things to come? The previous battle droid, in my opinion, is a little overpriced for what it was. I never got one, but I always wanted one. It's one of those staple in the prequel of Star Wars. But this one looks good as a figure. The color itself, I gotta rewatch the movie. It seems a little light to me, but maybe that's how he looks like. I forgot how he looks like, but you got interchangeable face sculpts, which is great. You could have theoretically 4 looks for this guy, since the tongue is magnetic as well, so you could remove and add it. So that's a great feature. The eyes are not rolling eyeball, and we kind of expected that. Well, at least I did, because of how, I guess, intricate that would be if it was. The outfit, good enough. I'm sure there is a joint on the shoulders, but you can barely see it. The joint, the visible wrist pegs, that could be remedied down the line if the palm on the wrist is a little longer, just a tad bit longer. Magnetic tongue, so you could have him with a tongue or not, kind of like Joker from The Dark Knight. So this is a very playful look for Jar Jar, but I'm glad that they made 2 head sculpts. One it's a bit more serious as well, it's for just your everyday pose, because this is, Jar Jar in it by itself is a bit silly / playful, so I get it, but I do like the idea of having 2 head sculpts. Tongue hanging out. I haven't read the comments yet. I woke up with this 2 announcements, so I'll be interested in how people would react to this. But as a figure, see, I'm not a big fan of that ball joint showing up, because it breaks the skin tone. I'd rather have a longer wrist, because it doesn't break the color of the figure itself. Or if you're gonna do that, color the paint the wrist peg the way it's supposed to be, like the same texture, the same everything as the skin tone, so it doesn't break that illusion. I like it. Wired ears, 2 interchangeable sculpts. You could, I guess, swap out the eyes. He doesn't come with a lot of accessories, and that is, I expected that, but it looks like a fun figure to have. Again, would he be okay just standing next to Padme? Padme would be, ideal, and maybe Obi-Wan out there. I doubt we're gonna see a young Anakin ever. But that battle droid also interests me. I like that. It looks good. I just hope we get an Obi-Wan. I'm still crossing my fingers. I highly doubt we're gonna see one, but maybe down the line, Obi-Wan V2. It's about time. Give him a rolling eyeball system. My goodness, give him an artisan version. I think he deserves an artisan version at this point. The head sculpt needs a little bit more work if we're gonna base it off the Mandalorian. I mean, it's good enough, but the standards are getting raised every single day for this 1/6 figures. But this Jar Jar looks terrific. Outside of the like I said, the wrist joints, which it can't be seamless from arm to hand. I get that. It'll be extremely difficult. You're gonna have to have wired hands, and now you're looking at J&D category here if you want to do that, and that might raise the price. And I would say that would raise the price significantly for this guy. And I don't know if you want to do that for somebody like Jar Jar, which is you don't really know how much units you're gonna sell for Jar Jar, because like I said, he is a very polarizing figure in the Star Wars community. But I like it. I still wouldn't bend the arms like that for a long period of time. I still don't trust Hot Toys. I have Bane, and that silicone arms is amazing. That Bane with Thor, and now I got Mighty Thor as well, Jane Foster. Those silicone arms, it's a totally different silicone arms from what we've seen in the past, from what 3-0 uses, or I don't remember. I think Alice was from Resident Evil seamless arms as well, but they are different than what we're used to. They have evolved, and if it's anything like this with the texture and all that stuff, that would look amazing. But I like it. Eyes looks pretty good. The arms, it looks like it could bend pretty well, because my Bane has no problem bending, even though it's silicone arms. So it looks like it's the same way for this guy right here. I wonder how you touch this guy, if it's like just pure sculpted plastic from the neck up, or he is just covered in silicone. Is there going to be a difference in, I guess, texture and material from the body itself to the arms? I'm interested to see that, because if that is the case, then that would be, the body would be plastic, and then the arms are silicone for it to move. But would it, I mean, visually right now, I don't see any difference, but we'll see when the final product gets released, because I want it to be consistent from the body to the arms itself, but we'll see. But let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel about this announcement? Are you gonna purchase this, or this would be a hard no since it's Jar Jar? Because I can hear his voice right now while I'm staring at him. I can hear his voice in my head, and I know to some people that would be torture. But let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.